you should not. For my ally is the Force, and a powerful ally it is.
As Yoda gets lowered into the deep meditation tank in the medical facility of the Jedi Temple, he begins to hear a voice with the familiarity of an old friend. The friend tells him, "Come to Dagobah." He recruits the help of Anakin Skywalker and R2-D2 to help him escape the prying eyes of the watching Jedi. Go ahead and subscribe while you're here.
Do it.
And turn on the notifications to see content as it's released.
Do it.
As he arrives on Dagobah, he hears the voice again. It is the voice of Qui-Gon Jinn. Yoda feels the Force around him. Dagobah is a pure planet with the Force. However, there is darkness in the cave. The same cave that Luke Skywalker failed his test in during his training. Yoda asks Qui-Gon if he will see the Sith that is controlling the dark side inside the cave. Qui-Gon assures Master Yoda that if he gives power to what he fears, it will reveal itself. Yoda has visions in the cave, visions of Jedi being murdered. He also has visions of the Sith Master and hears him speak his own name, Sidious. As Yoda returns from the cave, Qui-Gon tells him he has been tasked with guiding his education into the Netherworld. His next teaching is one that will show him how to commune with the living after he becomes one with the cosmic force. Yoda leaves Dagobah and is told the Force will guide him to his next destination. He ends up on a planet made purely of the Force. He is greeted by 5 priestesses that say he has to prove his worthiness of the training. To prove himself, he must defeat his fear in the first lesson. Yoda gets attacked by a shadow that resembles him in appearance and voice. He tells Yoda that Yoda does not think he is worthy to play with him anymore. The shadow attacks Yoda. Yoda says he doesn't recognize him at first, then quickly discovers it is his dark side that he doesn't give power to. The dark side that he keeps hidden by the light. He then dispatches the dark side shadow of himself. He is then escorted to a vision of the Jedi Temple, to a reality where there is no war, Qui-Gon Jinn is alive, and Count Dooku is still a Jedi. At first, Yoda loses himself and believes in the alternate reality. He then quickly snaps out of it and calls to the reality of what has truly happened. He has succeeded his second test. After Yoda's completion of the second challenge, he is met by the 5 priestesses again. They inform him that he must travel to Moraband, the ancient homeworld of the Sith. That it is there that he must face all that he fears and everything that haunts him. When he and R2-D2 arrive, he tells R2 he must remain behind again as Yoda searches his next goal. This is where the test really begins. He is spiritually attacked by the Sith of the past, telling him lies and that he is only after power. Yoda arrives at the tomb of Darth Bane to face the final challenge of Moraband. The spirit of Darth Bane appears and asks if Yoda is there to be his apprentice. Yoda denies the claim and assures Darth Bane it is only a vision and that he is not afraid. The tomb moves and Yoda goes beneath to find the 5 priestesses. He must now go further into the temple where Sith have sacrificed Jedi. In the meantime, Darth Sidious and Count Dooku become aware that Yoda has come to Moraband and manifest themselves as Sifo-Dyas, the Jedi that went missing when the clone army was commissioned. He tempts Yoda to join the Sith and Sidious appears. Then Yoda flashes inside a troop carrier with clones and Anakin Skywalker. It is a vision of Anakin going after Dooku. Yoda orders Dooku and his master to be executed. Yoda sees Anakin behead Count Dooku and tries to stop him as he himself engages in battle with Darth Sidious. Anakin rushes to help him, but Darth Sidious dispatches Anakin easily. Yoda saves Anakin and captures Darth Sidious, only to have him slip away again once he is ready to discover who he really is. In the end, the 5 priestesses inform Yoda that Qui-Gon will contact him again to complete his training in keeping his identity once he is one with the Force. Yoda discovers that the Clone Wars may not be the answer to victory and that the end is near. He understands that war in general is something the Jedi should not be engaged in. Winning the Clone Wars may not be the answer. winning the war of all time, is more upon them than they know. Of all the Jedi, Yoda is the only one that realizes these things. It seems Master Mace Windu acts a lot on emotion, as he is very reactionary and a bit cold to his fellow Jedi. Mace is more of a negative Jedi and very pessimistic. He believes in the doctrine only, not prophecies, not visions, and if he doesn't feel something, it can't be real. Now, when the Clone Wars are over and the Jedi Purge is underway, Yoda retreats. He hides at Dagobah. And this is where he spends the next couple decades. This is where he trains Luke Skywalker and communes with Obi-Wan Kenobi as a Force ghost. And this is all from a certain point of view, my point of view. I could be wrong, and I'd love to discuss it further with anyone who has the dissenting opinions, in a respectful way, of course. However, I feel like Yoda chose Dagobah because of the Force in its entirety on this planet, not just the light side. Dagobah is where he was clearly able to talk with Qui-Gonn uninterrupted. The Force brought him there in order to learn the secret to life after death. He learned that the living Force feeds the cosmic energy and vice versa, and that the balance of the Force is important for lessons learned. I think, and I'm sure some of you will correct me if I'm wrong, that the Force, to be properly influential, the dark and the light must be present, even if one side is stronger than the other. I believe Dagobah has those parts, both with the good spirit of Qui-Gon Jinn and the living Force around them, and with the darkness of the cave. We see Yoda discover Sidious in the cave after Qui-Gon tells him that giving power to his fear will show him what he wants to see. We saw the same thing with Luke Skywalker in the cave. He feared turning to the dark side, and it showed him that he would if he continued down the path he was on. Yoda has his flaws and misunderstandings of the Force because no one knows all the secrets of the Force. It's like riding a bike. We begin with both hands on the handlebars and both feet were on the pedals. People rode bicycles this way for generations. Now, people are jumping ramps while soaring above the bicycle only to gain control again and land it safely on the ground. So when I ask, why wouldn't they commune with the dead from the beginning? Or why couldn't Obi-Wan heal Qui-Gon after their duel with Darth Maul? I have to think of the bicycle analogy. You have to learn to ride before you learn to jump. Most people don't learn enough about the Force in their lifetime to realize these ideas are possible. But that's a topic for another time. Again, hit that subscribe button.
Do it.
And give the video a like to support the channel.
Do it.
And in the upcoming days, I will be announcing a giveaway for when I hit 1,000 subscribers. Details are to come soon. Thank you for watching. I hope I've made you think, even if you don't agree with me. Remember, be safe in these crazy times, and may the Force be with you, always.
Its energy surrounds us and binds us. Luminous beings are we, not this crude matter.